What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another edition of The Dig, a series dedicated to helping you improve profitability on your farm.
Today, we're out in Goner, Nebraska, learning all about the green snap studies we have going on with our wind machine that's over here to our left, that they're firing up right now for some unknown reason. Mitch, shut her down! Shut her down, Mitch.
Not yet.
We don't need the wind machine on yet.
Oh, sorry guys. I was just excited to get that thing going.
Hey Mitch, I don't blame you at all.
Call her up.
Don't blame me at all. Anyways, pick up where we left off. Like I said, we're out here in Goner, Nebraska today, learning about all the different studies we're doing pertaining to green snap. With this beast of a machine over here, we're able to simulate some wind. But before we get into that, I'm Aaron, and this is Colin.
And I'm Mitch.
Let's dig in. So Mitch, before we dive into the studies that we're actually doing with this machine, tell us a little bit about it. It's pretty big and pretty wild.
It's a beast.
Yeah, this thing is cool. So we actually have an in-house fabrication team out in Atlanta, and they put this together for us. What we built it out of was an old retired detasseling machine. We have two gasoline turbines mounted to the front of it, and these spouts where we're actually able to adjust the angle of wind coming into the canopy of the corn.
And we can raise these up and down, right? So we got different holes so we can raise the whole blower itself up and down, right?
That's right. Depending on the corn's height, when we do it, we have the ability to adjust these turbines.
Mitch, what kind of speed, like wind speed, are we getting out of these?
Yeah, good question, Colin. So we've tested up to 124.9 miles per hour, and that's all the higher our tester went. So we don't plan on blowing at that high a speed. We're probably gonna be more around 100 mile an hour, but that's still something we're playing with.
Well, hey, I say we go out to the field and start talking about these studies a little bit.
Let's do it.
So Mitch, we're out here in Nebraska talking about the wind machine. What are we exactly doing with this wind machine?
Yeah, Colin, we're excited for these studies. What we've got here is we've got 5 acres worth of studies, 3 different ones. First one is a population study. Second one is nitrogen timing study. And then finally, we have a PGR or plant growth regulator study.
So on the population side, we're doing a couple different populations there, right? And what are we looking at there?
That's right, Aaron. We've got 4 different populations. We've got 24,000, 28,000, 32,000, and finally 36,000. And what we're doing is try to see if there's different green snap percentages in the different populations we plant.
So why those different populations? What are we hoping to see out of those?
Right, Aaron. So what we're trying to see here is on the lower populations, 24,000, will we have less or more green snap than the higher population, which is at 36,000?
Just because of canopy, right? More plants, more of a wind block?
That's correct. At a higher population, will we see like a sailing effect where it catches wind and snaps the corn? Whereas on the 24,000 population, will we see some penetration through that canopy that maybe relieves that plant from some of this green snap?
Yeah,
That makes total sense.
Yep.
So let's talk about this nitrogen timing. You know, what were those 3 timings that we did?
Yep, this is a cool study. So what we did was a pre-plant incorporated treatment, at planting treatment, and then finally we did a split application, which is the PFR recommendation, finally as a treatment.
Okay. So what are we looking to see out of the different timings when it comes to green snap?
Yeah, so in total, on all 3 of these treatments, we put 190 pounds of nitrogen on with our credits from the soybeans last year. And so what we're trying to see here is at different nitrogen timings, will we see more green snap percentage? For example, our rapid growth stage starts at around V6. So will that different nitrogen timing actually help that plant shoot up and then cause more green snap?
Makes sense.
makes it a little more brittle when it's going through that rapid growth stage.
Right,
Yep.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right, and then lastly, we had that plant growth regulator green snap study. What are we doing there? What products are we using?
Yeah, this is the simplest of them all. All we have is a control, and then we applied status at V4.
Okay. Which that was probably what, 2-3 weeks ago?
Yep, that was about 3 weeks ago. Corn's really been shooting up lately, so it's hard to believe.
Yeah, awesome. Well, hey, we're super excited to have this. Within PFR, we've never done anything to this caliber. You know, we've done hail studies in the past. We've always been looking for how can we simulate weather events, right? And this is another one. Just if we get a high wind, you know, how do we manage that? So this is a perfect spot for it too. I mean, you guys out here in Nebraska get tons of wind, seems like all year long. So we're excited to do this study on this whole 5 acres. and we'll see where it goes here in the fall.
Yeah, we hope that we can use this information across the United States as well, right? It's a little bit windier here. This is a great example of what will happen, but we can also pass this data on to other states.
We just had some 70-mile-an-hour winds yesterday at home. Got some corn leaning at home, so yeah, definitely applies everywhere. With that, I mean, I think probably ought to go ahead and get up there and fire it up, right? Blow some corn over. That's what we came out here for. That's what I want to see.
Let's do it.
All right,
Let's go.
Man, guys, that was awesome.
It was a blast.
That was a blast, yeah.
Yeah, well, I appreciate you guys coming out to hang out with us and check out what we've got out here on the farm.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited to see this. I mean, 120-mile-an-hour winds coming out of these turbines, purposely blowing over corn. Who in their right mind would even want to do that?
We're crazy enough to do that.
We're crazy enough to do it, yep.
Well, hey, thank you for having us. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you again on another episode of
The Dig.
Guys, get out of the way. Some of us have stuff to do.
Come on, let's see.
Sorry,
Let's get out
Ben.
of here.
Jeez. Let her rip.